I see some young. I see many young at heart. I don't see a lot of very young. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this story to you. We'll see how that works. Today we're marking Pi Day. Now, Pi Day was actually Thursday. And in the church, we've taken Pi, P-I-E, to talk about being public, intentional, and explicit, about being an affirming congregation, about saying that we are in allyship, we are in support of the LGBTQIA+ and 2S community. It's often been represented by the rainbow flag, this one over here. And I'm going to talk about the meaning behind each color. But I've got a prop. You would have seen it on the front of your bulletin. So Kathy Savage, sermonizer, liturgist, crocheter, knitter, feeder of the hungry, artist. This is a painting called Colors of the Rainbow, which she did specifically for this service. I will walk amongst you to let you take a look. And Kathy's going to talk about it more later. Do you want to touch it? There's actually wonderful textures in it.
Beautiful textures.
And so the way Kathy did it, in sort of the high-level way, just reach out your hand if you want to touch. I mean the painting. She laid down a layer of white, and she laid down red. The first color on the flag. It is the color of life. She then put down the next color on the flag, orange, color of healing. And then yellow, and then green, sunshine and nature. And then blue, harmony. And finally purple, spirit. This is what that flag is about. That combination, that coming together of all those things. And it's important. It's important that we're public, that we're intentional, and that we're explicit. I'm going to tell you about a game I play. When Lori and I are traveling, we like to pop in and look at churches wherever we might go. And I don't like to look at the signs as I walk into the church. What I want to do is see what I can tell about the church when I walk inside. So some churches, it's pretty easy. I can kind of generally tell an Orthodox church. Not necessarily which Orthodox, but Orthodox. I can see a Catholic church. And then there's this spectrum of Protestant churches. Sometimes I guess right, sometimes I don't. It's fun to play. You may want to try it sometime. The one thing when I go in and look at these churches, I can determine what they are, but not necessarily who they are. Maybe they're Lutheran. Maybe they're Anglican. Maybe like this one, it's United Church. And that's all I know. I assume there's a community inside. I hope vibrant. But when I walk in this one, I think I would have guessed that it might be a United Church based on the chancel. But when I see the Affirm, when I see the rainbow flag, all of a sudden, it's not just what you are, I see part of your values. I see who you are. And the amazing thing about a congregation that is engaged in the work of sexual and gender justice is that gender justice, or any justice, usually doesn't sit alone. I start making other assumptions. I think this is probably a church that if this justice is important, then maybe climate justice is important. Economic justice is important. Racial justice is important. It tells who you are, what you value, not just what you are. Kathy, I'm going to pass this to you. And I'm going to pray. And I know when I pray, I like to actually have it written down, especially this one. It is a prayer written by a minister, a lesbian minister in the US. Her name is Kit Cherry. And this comes from a very long prayer that prays over each color of the flag. And as I look up at this Christ window, I don't know if it occurred to me before, but look at the colors that are in those windows. The colors of the rainbow. This is an adapted prayer. Rainbow Christ, you light up the world. You make rainbows as a promise to support all life on earth. In the rainbow space, we can see all the hidden connections between sexualities, genders, and races. Like the rainbow, may we embody all the colors of the world. Amen.